At what point do you decide to add someone as a contact in your phone? If questions like this have crossed your mind, then you're in good company. Today we'll be taking a closer look at some of the nuances of everyday interactions that make up the monotony of life. Let's observe someone touch their face and then wonder if they're anxious or if they're anxious. Grab your knitting needles and a blanket because it's time for three old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into their quilt of friendship. So join me, Dion, under the covers with Christian.
Welcome to Patchwork.
And Josh.
Welcome to Patchwork.
Well, that was a bit of a blast from the past, wasn't it?
It was.
It's almost like we're doing what we did best again, aren't we?
Oh, come on, mate.
Aren't we?
This is just classic Dion. If he
come on.
complains enough about something,
that is
gets
not-
his
This
way.
is Mr. Minute 2.0. That's what this is. No, you might have noticed, we're going back. We're switching it up a bit. We like to keep things fresh here at Welcome to Patchwork. So the themed episodes, we're moving away from those. And now it's more back to whatever happens in the week.
they'll still be here.
That's true. We're thinking of bringing them back, but I still have got a little bit of work to do on Christian and Josh. But yeah, we just decided to move. It's Josh, you love nostalgia.
I do.
This is nostalgia. And
We're doing 90s episode.
and that would just be your bread and butter, wouldn't
Yeah,
it? You're
it would.
dying to do something like that. You got to do it and get it out of your system.
Okay, I will.
Now, it's been a while since we've said these words. Before we get started,
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Not again.
Now-
do you guys realize you do that in every episode? Yeah, of course we do.
now, Josh. Dion, I want to tell you something that Josh did the other day.
He did, did he?
I want to read you a series of messages that Josh sent me and the time codes of those messages and my responses, and you tell me whether what happened is reasonable.
I don't. By what you're saying, I don't think it is.
So, at 11:57 a.m., dum, dum. Josh, are you around tonight or tomorrow night, CP? Me, I'm CP. 12:02 p.m. I'll message back soon. Sorry, in a meeting, just firing off meaningless shit. 12:02 p.m. Josh, fuck you.
Sorry, what was your question? Is this reasonable?
1:02 p.m. That's 1 hour later. Not free tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm free from like 5:30 to 7:30. Then need to pick up Emma from work at 8. Could maybe head to the pub for some dinner after if you are both keen. There's someone else in this thread.
Yep.
So the other person in this thread, Josh's housemate Georgia,
Yep.
she responds and says, sounds great. So I'm all in. Arrive at 5:30, ready to go. I arrive at 5:30, ready to go.
Wait, without getting any confirmation from Josh that he was.
No,
was
he
in.
didn't. He chose not to respond at that point.
But sometimes you just got to guess.
I
what the
mentioned
response
this.
is.
No response.
We've
got the thread.
I mentioned 100%.
We've got the thread.
Wait. Josh using the
You
word
did not
mention
find
and
out when you
message.
arrived.
Yes, I did.
That's unbelievable.
So when I sat down,
I'll find the message.
you can find the message. I sat down and was like, cool, Josh will be hanging around.
Yep.
And then, are you saying you sent me a personal message?
Maybe.
Okay, fine.
You're both
But-
so definitive.
But I sat down and found out that an hour after I had arrived, Josh was leaving for another event. So he had given me 1 hour to respond before
Otherwise
he
he was off.
organised another set of plans for that night.
Pretty
So
interesting.
on the day,
Here we
at
go.
12 o'clock, I said,
Yeah.
I'm going around to Mullet's for dinner at 6 p.m. for your FYI. So I did
At what point?
12 o'clock on the day of the meeting.
Wait, but why did you...
On the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the day after. You gave me an hour.
Anyway, I'll explain what happened. So what happened is I fired
Didn't
off...
I just do that?
No. But here's the hidden secret of it.
Yeah.
I fired off 2 messages.
Yeah.
One to CP, what are you up to the next couple of days? One to Mullet, what are you up to the next couple of days?
What do you think of that? That reasonable?
Mullet jumped back in early.
Rubbish.
He got in a lot quicker and said, come around for dinner tomorrow night. I was like,
But
sounds good,
you
mate.
should have said, someone else got in. I'm no longer available.
But I was available for like the first hour.
For the first hour.
But you didn't... Oh, but no, but did you expect Josh to come and say, hey, sorry, I'm no longer available before you got back to him?
I said yes, expecting a night with my old housemates.
Yeah, okay.
And as
Yeah.
much as I love Georgia and the time we spent together, we were going to spend time as an old house.
Yeah.
And Josh, after an hour, was like, see you later.
So I should have, in that moment, again, sorry, plans have changed. I'm no longer available tomorrow
Hang on,
night.
hang on. This is not the old patchwork. This is not what we used to do.
well, we've gotten older.
Josh has got a... All of these are recorded on
Josh,
YouTube. He's got a
thanks.
He's got a case on his... Yeah.
Thanks, and I respect that.
Oh, this is a terrible episode.
When does someone deserve to be a contact in your phone?
So
Great question.
This came up for me recently. So recently with Golden Plains and Meredith and stuff, there's been a few group threads with it's a camping music festival. There's been some group threads, people bringing people in, people I don't know. So in the WhatsApp thread, it's just a telephone number and a little icon or whatever their phrase is, right?
Yep.
And I was thinking, some of the people, I'm like, I don't know who these people are, but over like weeks, you work out and you understand who they are in the context of the thread and the color of their phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, it's orange.
Yeah.
That's that
Yeah.
person.
Oh, orange.
Yeah.
But I've never met them. And then after I've met them at the festival, I was like, should I add their name now into my contact list?
Ooh.
So it's fresh and easy. Dion, what do you reckon?
Even though, I guess you're very unlikely to ever message them directly, right?
Yeah.
So, but you want it. So you essentially want the thread to be complete.
Well, there's a weird thing of
Yeah.
it made sense to leave them as random numbers and to be this ephemeral person I didn't know. But once I'd met them, it felt weird to leave them at that
Really?
status.
Well, hang on. What sort of meet did you like? Did you
We camped together at the festival.
Yeah. Okay.
You partied together
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, but
I
then,
don't think that meets my threshold to become a contact.
But then seeing them in the thread, whenever I see that and they send a message, I'm like, I know this person now. They shouldn't be a random number. in
Yeah,
there.
so for you, a contact is someone that you know, that you've interacted with once.
I think so.
But wouldn't it be nice if you could like hold down in the thread on their name and just give them a name in the thread?
And not add to your
Oh,
contact.
wow.
Thread name.
Oh, would that satisfy?
Yeah, probably. That would do it.
Very
'Cause-
good point. That doesn't exist.
Oh, that's a pity because that
one-
would have been a rule last week.
Because one of my thresholds I realized was also it could happen earlier if it just gets annoying and confusing.
Yeah.
And if there's like
yeah,
four
yeah,
people,
yeah.
I'm like, I can't keep up with who is who. And then I go, cool, that's that person, name them, and then you'll be sweet.
Well, what do you think of the kind of like? Did you interact with those people who you'd never met before, and that idea of making a joke with someone before the festival, making a joke with them in the thread, and they say something funny, and you riff off that? That's big game, isn't it? If you're able to do that, because usually you just focus on the people you know, you respond to people you know, but that's
a
making
really
big
good
moves,
point.
isn't it?
It's a really good point.
I love it when someone goes big in a group thread and like, I'm going to chuck some jokes out here. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be energetic. And I don't know most people.
I reckon that's
love
the
that.
fast lane to a contact.
Yeah, yeah.
If you get big energy in the thread
Oh,
and, and you're simpatico, you go,
big message energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, so my contact list is kind of sacrosanct. Like, I want to know the person's last name for them to qualify to be a contact.
What about their
Great-
first name?
great limit.
What about first name and the company?
No, really good point. But that's business. I'm talking about personal here.
Yeah,
Do you ever put the business name in the surname field? Or
I do, and it's
Yeah.
it's inexplicable.
No, because that's what it comes up in your phone.
No, the business. If I put you down as Josh, absent housemaid as the company name, then when you call,
PTYLTD.
when you call, won't it come up as Josh, absent housemate?
Yeah, but that's what you
to
want.
Christian and Georgia.
But that's what you want.
That's what you want, right?
But if you just put in the company field, so often what I will do,
on
the
iPhones, the
surname,
company field comes up.
does it?
Yeah.
Nah, great. But what I was going to say is often in the surname.
But
I
Android's so
will
much more
put-
customizable.
I will put the reminder of the context of that person.
Yeah.
So often if I don't know
Like?
the surname's not great.
Yes.
What do you got?
Like Mark Palermo.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
Wait.
When you
Palermo's
travel
what?
overseas,
Oh,
you meet Mark
yeah.
in Palermo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Mark Palermo.
What
There he
about
is.
like Chris Netball?
Yes, exactly.
Dion Gumtree.
Yeah.
Christian Safeway.
Yeah.
Met him in the supermarket.
Yeah.
What is the strangest place you've met someone that's now a friend? Because I met my when I was living in Canberra, had to find another housemate. Guy responded, ended up moving in, and now we're just mates. We've been mates for 10 years.
And how-
He was
what was
literally
the connect?
responding to
An ad,
responding to an
online
ad to live with me.
Okay, but the question is, was it the ad that attracted someone like-minded, or was it a relatively generic ad?
There was nothing. There was probably something in the ad.
Did you
but
say,
no, I
I'm
think it was
working in government, that
yeah,
kind of
but
thing?
everyone in fucking Canberra's working in government, aren't they? But I think it was just pure. It was pure luck, and it just shows you never know where you can make friends with someone.
Yeah, I don't really have any,
Bloody love
do you have
it.
any weird ones.
Yeah, well, one of my long-standing friends, James, we met on the set of a Channel 31 show because he was pacing frantically trying to learn his lines. And I was like, hey, do you need some help? Because you seem really stressed. And so for an hour before we were filming this show, I helped him learn his lines. And then he hit the lines in the show when we were recording. Then afterwards we were like, yes, let's go grab a coffee. That was great.
Actually, we should probably mention James has a podcast called Cooks, and he interviews you in the second episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really funny, really, really enjoyable. Search for Cooks.
Cooks, just
anywhere.
Cooks. And episode 2, I'm cooking lenticchie.
Yes.
It's an Italian recipe.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful show.
Family stories.
But, if you want to hear Christian pronounce Italian things, like
Yeah.
that is the reason to listen to it.
Yeah,
it's funny,
absolutely.
but that's hot.
That is a very unique way to meet someone to have become a good friend.
Yeah.
Because normally, most of mine, I think it's just been the generic pathway through a friend.
No,
Right?
there'll be one. I reckon by the end of this episode, there'll be one you'll think of and you go, God, that's how I met.
The other thing I was thinking, we were talking about what's the threshold for adding. When do
Yeah.
you delete a number?
Because
I literally
You know.
do not delete them.
Are you serious?
Well, don't you find on phones...
It doesn't matter. It's unlimited.
But you delete them...
No way!
Oh, but that's what it's from, because it used to be on a SIM card.
It used to be a SIM card.
How many did you used to be able to keep on a SIM
40 or
card?
72 or something,
way.
right?
Really?
120 or something?
Wasn't it 145?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Okay.
No, it's not about... For me, it's not about the SIM card. I hate having a long list of contacts with old names.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you're
Old,
scrolling,
old
no,
dirty
but when
names.
you're scrolling through, you always
It's
type
like
it in.
ghosts from the past.
Yeah,
Hang
you
on,
type GHOST.
Are you a scroller, or are you... When you're finding an app on your phone, do you scroll through your home screens, or do you search for it?
App, search, contact, scroll.
You scroll to a contact.
I'll scroll to a contact.
2023, mate.
Yeah, because I like seeing the names or the people in my life.
That's one of those things that you say that's just not true.
It is. I scroll for my contacts.
There's no way every time you're calling someone, you're reminiscing about all the people you've been in contact with.
because I have a list of favorites, and they're the people that I call all the time.
Huh.
So he's like traditional speed dial on your little.
Do you have a
home
speed
phone.
dial?
Watch this. Watch. I'll change.
Nah.
Why wouldn't you?
Why would I have a speed dial? What do you mean?
Because you've probably got a certain number of people that you talk to regularly.
Yeah, they're all in the recent calls. I scroll down the recent call list.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's it.
Yeah,
Why don't you do that, idiot?
Because I've got my favorites, and I use it.
But then you got to update
Watch
your
this.
favorites.
I'll change your opinion very quickly. You're on my list. You bloody dog.
But what you were saying about the scrolling through, I find it's like this treasure trove of forgotten people. When I scroll through my contact list now,
Yeah.
it's wild.
Yeah.
These names
Yeah.
of these people, I have no idea.
But
who
you
they
know
are.
what's nuts as well? When you delete a contact, it just comes back, doesn't it?
It does.
Don't you think it's all synced?
It'll be like 6 months later, and then there's
nuts.
2 of them.
And it's like this girl that I dated 20 years ago. She's back in there. Why is she back there? I only got over it a year ago.
The thing that I find weird and what is really interesting now with WhatsApp and other like services.
How did you say that?
It's too loud.
What?
Really
WhatsApp.
weird. Really weird.
That's how it's spelled, right?
I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were talking about e-scooters and the guy pronounced it e-scooter. And it was just bizarre.
Now with WhatsApp, people have their profiles. You have a little photo there.
Yeah.
So many of these old contacts, it has revitalized the synapse in my brain.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And I see them. I'm like, that's who that was.
You're using WhatsApp for social media.
Kind of in a way, but it's deeper than social media because a lot of these existed well before that.
So how much do you care about that photo? Because
I don't care at all.
But it's
Oh,
weird.
sorry.
It's weird though, because when you go for a job, they've got your number, and if they see you with a really stupid photo
mean
in
the one you
WhatsApp,
set up for your own
the one you
account?
set up for your own
Yeah.
account, like there's
That's a really good
implications.
point. So does that mean that with your public, let's say any public profile, social media,
Yeah.
WhatsApp, are you using the same image?
Do you know what?
Across the board?
I'm an idiot. I'm like, I have not even.
Yeah, but I'm
I've
asking you about...
I've just said this thing, but my Facebook profile photo is me after being on like a speedboat in Tasmania in a really, really long red thing. And people,
I know that photo. It's really funny.
It's
It
really
is fantastic.
It's funny,
It
but
is
what
a
am I
very good photo.
doing?
No,
Why
it's
would I
really
have?
funny.
Why would I
it
have
shows your
that there?
personality. It's great.
Oh yeah, but
Why wouldn't you
shows
wanna show
I'm-
your personality?
But it shows I'm an idiot, which you covered.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No, for a job, if someone's like, "Oh, we better Google this guy."
Well, then they're boring.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh,
So
look at
you
this guy
think-
doing a wacky thing. Boo! Don't hire him.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
fair.
well, I actually think that if you have
Look at you.
a photo of like a cartoon or something, that's worse for me because it asks for your profile photo. Like, just put a photo of yourself.
But why do we use our real names on those things? Why is that my real name on Facebook? That's so... Or is it? But that's
is
so
this a
dumb.
privacy concern? You
But
trying
yeah,
to?
it's like, why would you want? Why would?
Because why you delete your profile then?
Yeah, that's a better idea.
But that's the thing.
That
it's
is
like,
a better
if,
idea.
If you're going to be Dion Flonkter, whatever it might be, people won't be able to find you. The whole point of social media is like, I'm going to find Dion. In fact, I went to school with him. Oh, yeah, it was so great.
But I don't want that anymore. I used to want
Yeah,
that.
then
right.
I don't
delete
want,
your profile.
I don't want anyone finding me.
But you want to find people,
How-
right?
Yeah, I get. No, I don't want to do any. I just want to sit at home.
So how often are you updating the photos?
Nowadays, probably every couple of years. I don't care that much
'Cause-
until there's a great photo, and then you go,
I've got some real good ones recently, but
Really?
my Google account,
oh yes,
I look great.
mate, you are
very-
14 in it. That's
you're
why.
never-
26-year-old Josh.
You are never changing
Beautiful,
that.
Do you think
clear
Josh looks
skin.
great in it?
I
think his face looks
of
good.
course
His
he
hair,
does.
I
hair's
look
a bit
healthy.
Yeah,
He was healthy and he was a young man.
He was healthy.
Yeah,
was
that's
healthy.
right.
That's
I
why it
had to
remains.
try this, mate. The moment I shaved my head, I was like, I've got to change every
Yeah,
photo
shit.
because this is now
Yeah.
a very abrupt change.
Yeah.
Would you ever go the anonymous photo? Like a character from a TV show or something like that?
Oh, I just don't like that.
I probably
Yeah.
did. Oh, when I was younger, I think I probably did. I think I had a photo of a pug in a saucepan.
Oh, I love that photo.
Really?
No, it wasn't in a saucepan. It was with the Mexican hat.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's
Bloody
super-
hell.
yeah.
God, those are the days, aren't they?
Yeah. So what's your threshold for someone becoming a friend, right? So we've talked about contacts, but what about that next step to them being, oh yeah, this is a friend of mine. This is my friend Dion.
I think the key moment is if you know them through a particular context,
Yep.
you see them outside of that context and you deliberately see them outside
It's
of
got
that
to be,
context.
right? So you meet them at work and then you're like, hey, do you want to hang outside of work?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
So you're saying that a work colleague
Yep.
can't become a friend unless you break through work.
It's a great question, isn't it? It's a great
I
question.
think so.
What if you create another world in work, in your work environment?
Which is really nice. That's a really lovely thing
Yeah.
to do because, like, you really enjoy working with them. You just don't want to see them outside work.
Yeah, I think there's something like-minded that happens where you both rally together against a common cause.
But then I guess they're a work friend. And that is
yes.
the caveat there.
okay,
Because I was thinking
Yeah.
as well, like the idea of like if I know someone through you, Christian,
Yes.
and I always see so and so when I'm out with something with you.
Yes.
Then there comes a time when I see Robert
yes,
and you're not there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
now we're friends.
oh, but do you have a great night with Robert?
Yeah, of course. Robert's a great guy.
Robert is great.
Really? Sounds formal.
Sounds made up.
How about you, Dion? What do you reckon?
The work thing's super interesting, and I think it's when like that first time when there's someone so great at work that you try and sort of suggest that you should do something outside of work. But I'm just thinking, like, if you do something straight after work, like on a Thursday or
yeah.
Friday. Is that enough? That's just after work drinks, isn't it? That could be with anyone.
yeah,
It
you kind
needs
of got to go out of your way a bit more,
I
don't you?
think
it
so.
depends what happens at those drinks, right?
Yeah,
Like if you start doing shots off their belly and
yeah. Which you've done with Robert.
with Rob, well, that's how I met Robert, my friend.
All right, I think we might move on.
Yeah.
We'll move on now to a new game that's called Horrorscopes. Wants to kick us off. Christian, what is your horoscope today?
Aquarius. Anytime you're feeling sleepy, just go to bed. No. Don't take the laptop with you. Just go to bed.
Taurus, that shirt you're planning to wear tomorrow is way too small and it always shows your stomach when you raise your hands up. Bin it.
Aries. This week, people will make comments about Aries' hair. They might allude to Aries looking different this week because it's less spiky. Aries, you'll know it's because your hair has less product in it. It looks better, Aries. And now you know you've been making a bad mistake for decades. That's the horoscopes for this week.
And now we're going to move on to Copy Cat. Fuck. A classic. A classic game where we try to emulate the sound of a common anything that is heard.
It's usually gettable, isn't it? Aside from this week.
This is going to be real tough. So in the past...
And Christian's been fucking practicing all week as well. You can just tell by his face.
I do not practice because it's funnier when we're bad.
That's the point of the game.
Why would I practice?
We'll see.
It seems like an insecurity you're projecting onto other people.
It is huge.
So in the past, we've done like a squeaky mouse opening a squeaky door.
The Tim Allen grunt.
Tim Allen grunt.
What else has there been?
Sneeze, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, chair on a wooden floor.
Yeah, get us pulled
Great.
out. That was really good. This week, we're going with a champagne cork pop.
Bloody. Oh, is that
Is that
yours?
it? No, that was
All right, Josh.
There is, just to get you in my head for a moment, I don't know if I should do a plosive pop with my lips.
I know,
Or I
yeah.
should try and like make the sound in my throat. I don't know.
Wait, what?
So who's going to kick us
This
off?
is how my mouth wants to go. In the video, you can see this. It's
Okay,
Wow, that's awful. You know your microphone's
that's where
wet.
I'm at. So, Dion, did you want to kick us off?
Yeah, okay. Oh no, it wasn't in the microphone.
Nah, it's all right.
That's
It's not,
okay,
that
that's
wasn't
okay.
too bad. That wasn't
Oh,
too bad.
God. God.
Josh?
go.
It's like,
Okay,
my, it's like my late Nana kissing me. Oh, wow. Oh, no.
That was rubbish. Yours is better than that.
Shit house.
But it's gone everywhere.
All right, Christian, save us.
Okay, so it's like shake, 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 shake. I thought a way different noise would come out.
right?
I thought it was going to be like pop.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Is this
yeah,
the first time?
yeah.
We're back, baby.
We all lost.
I really thought a different sound would come out. It sounded like
Same.
someone getting stabbed.
It's really weird.
God. I thought of doing, but that's too.
Yeah, but
it's
what
too.
It's a cricket.
I was imagining like a
That's what you're imagining?
Oh no!
And this is why we don't practice the
No,
sound.
we don't.
Shit.
Anyway,
Definitely
we'll,
didn't practice.
we'll press on.
So I was at football the other night. Dion, we have a
Yes.
social sport team that we're a part of.
If anyone wants to play Parkville, we desperately need people Tuesday nights.
Honestly,
Honestly,
you'll play.
you'll play. We will play you.
Yeah.
We will play you.
We played with a number down this week,
Yes.
and it sucks.
Yeah, it was bad. But anyway.
So, arrived at football and noticed one of the other players in our team had very bright white shoes on. And I said to him, "Hey, new shoes?" Bright white shoes.
Jesse. It was Jesse.
It was Jesse.
Yeah.
And Jesse's response was, "Oh, no, not really." And I said, "Well, how long have you had them for?" He said, "A month and a half." Now, for me,
That's new shoes.
they're bright white shoes because they're new, not because you look after them, because it's a month and a half. Dion, month and a
Yeah.
half? Are they new shoes, or is that just, not really?
The new bit, I focus more on how white they are. Because if he...
He said that he cleans them.
What the fuck's he cleaning?
But this looks like, these look like a new white. It wasn't like I've cleaned these white. It's like I've literally just taken them out of the box white.
Excuse me. How close did you look at them to go, oh, this is not a new white. This is a clean white.
He did like an Antiques Roadshow appraisal of the shoes. Got the eyeglass out. Okay, this is good.
I had to put my sunglasses on. That was so white.
I think the key distinction here in determining if it's new or not, you've got two factors. You've got time, it's been with you, length of time.
Yes.
And there's how many times you've used it. And they're two very different things.
Well, hang on. What about the category of the
Yeah.
thing as well? Because what's a new car? A new car's under 3 years old.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So is that a price thing?
No, that to me is a length of how long you're expected to have the thing.
Oh.
So it's a percentage of.
It kind of is, right? Yeah.
So
if
is
you're-
it a tenth?
Maybe.
A 10?
So a new car-
Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense.
Say you got a
For
car. Well, say you got a car
30
for 10
years.
years. No, say you have one for 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
2/10. A
Then
quarter.
a year, it's new for that first year.
No, I would still say it's new in my second year of having the car.
But it's got to be clean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be clean.
So something that's new can't be new if it's dirty.
Oh, so
yeah, I don't think it can.
Yes, no.
I can't.
No, but that doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
that doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
if you have it for a week and you've made it filthy, it's
Yeah.
not new anymore.
So you've
Hang
that's
on.
interesting.
So,
sped up. You've
Wait a
accelerated.
second, wait a second.
Wait.
Let me challenge Josh.
A newborn baby that shat itself.
Josh,
Just a bored baby.
Josh, I'm
Baby born.
Josh, I go for a hike with my new hiking shoes. I've owned them for a week. I come
You're an
back
idiot.
from my
They're not
hike
worn in.
and they are filthy. Are they my new hiking shoes?
There you go. We'll take
I
a
think
break
they-
and we'll
I
be
think
back with you.
I think they are.
They're still your new hiking shoes,
yeah, I
right?
think they are.
But what are you doing going the new hike? Why aren't you wearing them in?
But the next
You don't know how much I've worn them in that first week. I wore them heaps.
So is what trumps it then? Times used or length of time you've had it? I think times used is the key metric.
I would think so.
I think
Yeah.
length of time you've had it.
Really?
I think that, let's say that Jesse had worn those new white shoes every single day. If I, upon hearing he's only had them for a month and a half, I go, they're still new shoes. You've only had them in your possession for a month and a half.
What about sometimes you'll see an unboxing on YouTube of the original iPhone that's still shrinked.
Oh,
Is that
wow.
That's not a new iPhone, but what is it?
Wow.
It's a new iPhone.
That's new. It's a new product.
What?
You open
Nah.
it.
Wait, you think
Nah.
that's new? Yeah, it's
Nah.
not new, you idiot.
It's
old.
not new. Just because it's clean.
It's still shrink wrap.
Just
and you're
because
opening
it's
it.
shiny and clean. How long has it existed for?
Hang on. Let him defend himself, and
Are
then we'll
you
make fun of him.
serious? If you've got an unboxed item,
But
even if
oh,
it's 10 years
Hang
old.
on. But it's an old iPhone.
Wait a
No,
second.
but it-
There
For
it is.
you.
There it is. You just realize it's an old. No, but it's an old.
Because I opened that, it's brand new to me.
but it's a 10-year-old iPhone.
It's brand new.
It's the
Hang on.
oldest
Wait a
iPhone.
second.
Product is
Wait
new.
a second. Josh, you are in the market for a bike, but you want a used bike. You buy that used bike. Is your used bike new?
I was going to bring this up. I think it is. I think you can say, yes, this is my new bike.
Do you have to qualify and say this is my new used bike?
No. No.
So people will say your new bike is disgusting.
No, you just go, it's my new bike.
You're an idiot because if you were buying, because if on on eBay, if you're selling an item, you have to sell it as new, unopened, like new, used or fair condition or whatever. So you're saying
completely fucked.
You're saying you're saying with a new but with a used bike, you would expect that listing to say new bike because it's new to you.
I think actually an interesting distinction to make here, which I'm kind of figuring out as we go, I think there is a difference between the person who owns the thing and their interpretation and someone else and their interpretation of that person's item. So
Yeah.
Jesse's interpretation, I think, is right because for him, he's been with them a long time. Like, he's been with them.
I see.
And he's
Hang
used
on.
them a lot.
Okay.
He's comfortably
So-
familiar
so-
with them. They're not new to him anymore.
So what's Steve Jobs think of that if he was alive? What would he think of that shrink-wrapped old iPhone? Is that new?
But if you're opening a brand new product that is unopened...
But it's not brand new.
Hang on.
It's never been opened.
Hang on.
How is it not new?
Be respectful to Steve. He's dead.
I don't understand how you're trying to make the argument that opening a product that has never been opened before is not new.
Because it's an old iPhone.
The iPhone is old. It's new.
Josh.
I
Josh,
don't get
It's a
that.
new old iPhone. Hang on. What's
Oh, yeah.
Amy? What's
Okay,
Amy's
well-
new for old?
What if you buy like what's something that they make that comes out once every 4 years? I don't know.
The Olympics.
FIFA World Cup.
Okay, the soccer ball that they make
Yeah.
for the FIFA World Cup.
Okay.
Say they use that Adidas produces that ball for 3 years.
Yeah.
If you buy that in year 3, is that a new soccer ball, Dion? Oh, absolutely, it is.
No, it's not. It's 3 years old.
that is that. No. Wait a second. Because Dion's factoring in the utility of the product. The soccer ball
No, it's
remains
not.
a soccer ball. The phone does not remain a functional phone.
Or are you arguing that if there's a product that has superseded it?
Josh, I think Dion's lost the argument. We'll pick
Oh,
up.
no. That's good. I think that might be the metric. If there's something that's
Yeah.
replaced it.
That's what you were already arguing.
If I buy...
I think inherently I was. It's a
but
layered argument.
Another example for me is my running shoes.
Yep.
I'll often go to the, I haven't bought them for ages, but I would always go to Smith Street, like the outlet
The New
place.
Balance outlet.
New
Yeah.
Balance outlet. So they're not new, they're not the latest ones, but they're new.
Why? Because they're New Balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Gotcha. No, but I don't think you can argue that me going to that store and getting shoes there, if they're previous season's shoes, they're still new.
I'm prepared to concede on the iPhone debate.
Good. What about New Balance?
No. I think that if you're buying the product for the first time, then it's new to you.
Yep.
But on the shoe front, on Jesse's shoes, I found that you made a very interesting point before. For him personally, a month and a half of use, maybe he thinks of that as old.
And seeing them every day.
Yeah,
And
but for me, when I think about a pair of shoes that I bought, because it happens so infrequently,
Yeah.
a new shoe is 6 months.
Oh, new.
I'm always looking at that shoe because I don't buy. I hold on to my shoes for ages. I've got like 8 pairs, right? So if there's a new one there for 6 months, I'm like, oh, I forgot you guys were there.
So you're talking about you having them new for 6 months. How good, or what's your policy around using a thing and not being scared? Because there's that fear when something's due, like, I can't drop it, I can't get it dirty, I've got to clean it. When do you give that up?
Well, there's the stingy period. There's that early stingy period where you're like, and then you get that first little nick on it, and
that's
you're like,
what
well,
it
this
is, right?
Well, I'm
It's
just
the
giving
scuff
up.
on the shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember I had these shoes in beautiful condition, and then I was eating an icy pole, and a drip of the watermelon icy pole fell on the shoe, and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm going for a run in these
Change
now.
the list. Yeah, completely fucked.
But it's a moment of reckoning, isn't it? Because you realize all you've done to keep this thing in good condition, it's all gone to shit. And it's particularly difficult when it's someone else. I was moving, like, I've got a car and someone, like, it's only 6 months old, and I was moving something in the car and someone sort of whacked the side of it, like the inside, and I was like, oh, fuck. But it's like,
You've got it.
Don't be a dick. You're using a car. It's like expecting everything will retain its...
I'm getting
Yes.
better. I'm getting better at accepting. Just use the thing you're using.
Such a good point.
Such a good point.
And I grew up in a family where, as you guys have seen, there's a whole room that is never used. You walk in, you look right.
You know
You're
what?
not allowed to sit there.
Yeah.
It's the display room.
Now, is that furniture new?
Yeah. What's that room called? Because I asked your mum about that today.
the formal lounge dining.
Is there an Italian word for that, from that particular, like, the room?
I think they call it the salotto.
Salotto, okay.
Yeah.
So I
but
asked-
that's more of a rumpus room.
I asked your mum about that room, just on a side note today, and made a joke about it not being used, and she was like, "Oh no, we used to use it. We used to have dinner parties here."
No, she didn't.
She did, and she said, "I'll show you photos," and I was like, "Yeah, show me photos.
Yeah,
show me some fucking photos.
Show me some proof.
And so, would she have photos?
I think once they
That's
had
not good enough.
they had like a really. It's like the room that if someone really important comes over, you're like, "Hey, this is where we have our dinner."
Has that person ever come over?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay.
once.
Yeah, beautiful.
And
The Queen of England.
Thank you so much for kicking off season 8 with us 3 lovely, lovely boys. It's been so lovely coming back with you. Look, the seasons are arbitrary, but the content isn't.
It's just great to be back in the room with you guys.
Yeah,
we had a bit of a break over summer. So thanks very much for everyone who supported the show over summer and listened and caught up or whatever. But we're back to regular recording now to be in your ears.
And we're ad free.
Yes, you might have
We are
heard.
ad free, baby.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And
That's
what does
our-
that? And what does that mean?
That's our commitment to you until a better offer comes up.
But yeah, if you're happy to have us back and you like the new for old format, I guess, you can support us on Patreon. We don't run ads now, so we don't want them to be annoying, but we're going to run this ad. So if you want to support us a couple of bucks a month, why not do it? If you're a long-time listener, surprise us, send us a message, sign up. We'll be happy to hear from you.
And let's be honest.
We always.
So socials, just get to YouTube. Watch us if you want to watch us.
Yeah.
Instagram, you'll see some cool clips. Get rid of Facebook. If you still got it, get rid of it. Twitter, we're not on that, really. We don't really use it. We got it. Discord.
Once Musk took over, we're out.
Josh uses Discord.
Yeah,
He'll
I'm there.
interact with you on
Have a chat with
Discord.
people on Discord.
Search for Welcome to Patchwork on Discord. You can find us anywhere. All we ask is you find us. Just
Yeah.
find us.
But they've already found us. So tell the people who haven't found us to find us.
And also something else that really helps us out, if you want to give us a review on your Spotify's and your Apple Podcasts, that goes a long way to helping the show get discovered, and we can keep doing it.
It takes, right now, as you're listening to this, just go back to the podcast, 5 stars, beautiful boys. Just write that. Beautiful boys.
Let's see if we can get 100 beautiful
See
boys.
how many beautiful boys we can get. That'd be great.
But it has to be 5 stars.
And as we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh! What patch did you sew into our quilt this week?
Thank you, Dion. My patch this week was me adding Steve Jobs as a contact into my brand new iPhone 3G. Christian, what patch did you sew this week?
Thank you, Josh. This week, I sewed into my patch the country of Zealand. And Dion, what did you sew into your patch this week?
My patch this week is Christian refusing to save his mum's name in his phone until she fills in for our touch footy team. Thank you so much for listening to Welcome to Patchwork for another week. And as we're going to shout out to different listeners in different countries. So a shout out to our Norwegian listeners from Norway. Hadet.
You've been Dion.
Oh, I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Hadet.
Hadet.
Hadet.